This is the VEVOR 4-tier cascading fountains outdoor waterfall. Now, full disclosure, they did send this to me for free, but the opinions in this video are my own. Alright, so I'm going to really quickly unbox this thing, then I'll show you how to set it up, and then I'll give you a closer look at it. Right on top, looks like there's a big piece of foam, and here's the user manual. Very nice. There's also a box of something over here. Looks like it's cut out to perfectly fit the water fountain. And then here's the water fountain, nicely nestled in between the foam. And there we go. This thing looks awesome. And it looks like there's really nothing we have to assemble except for the pump, which is in this little box here. And there's also this other plug here. All right, so to get this thing started, we got to go to the back of the fountain. And already, I like how this thing is covered in brick. It's definitely not necessary, but it's a good detail. Go ahead and unscrew this plastic cap here. Then inside we can pull out the pump hose, connect that right into the pump here. Somewhere in there should be another cord. Here it is. This is for the lights. And just plug that into here and secure down this watertight connection. Looks like both of these have nice long cords, so that's nice. Now this pump here actually has this little vent thing on the back, and that's to control how much water it sucks up. For now, we're just going to leave it all the way open, but we may need to adjust that later. We can also see on the bottom there's some suction cups, so it'll stick to the bottom of the fountain. So I'll go ahead and try and do that now. Get this thing stuck in here. Might need some water for it to actually suction cup itself to the bottom, but we'll try that for now. It is heavy enough, so it should just stay there anyway. And we'll take this, make sure the cords are coming out this hole here. Twist it to lock it into place. There we go. All right, I got this thing plugged in here, and I also grabbed a bucket of water and filled it up to about 4 gallons, which is what the instructions say to use. Now, before I pour that in, I do want to point out that unfortunately, the one they sent me has a faulty light. I tried messing around with all the different connections back in there, and the light itself is actually just fine. It's just something with the wires. And you know, it's probably just a one-off thing. If you get one of these, you shouldn't have this same issue, but for me, it's still a little disappointing. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and fill this thing up with some water. Not really sure the best way to do this, so I'll kind of just start filling it up until it won't take any more water. And I will say the instructions do recommend you use distilled water just so it stays cleaner, but it's going to be just fine with regular tap water, which is what I'm using. And after filling it up with those 4 gallons and then plugging it in, here it is. This thing looks sweet. Of course, the water pump is going to pump all the water up to the top, and then it's going to slowly drain out through these foam sponges here. Each one creates a nice and directed stream, pouring it straight into the one below it. Looks really nice. The lights look super cool as well. Now, just quickly going over some of its features, this thing is about 3 foot tall, 13 inches deep, and 15 inches wide. The structure is made of a triple layer of fiberglass and resin designed for outdoor use, but you can also use it indoors if you have the right setup. It has a really cool rusticy stone brick look to it. I think it looks awesome. I really like the design, and the lights definitely add to that. It'd make it look really cool at a nighttime setting. It also sounds really nice, just a calm waterfall noise. The whole thing is nice and stable. It weighs just about 40 pounds before you put any water in it, and just about 70 after you fill it up. And after letting this thing run for 15-20 minutes or so, it doesn't seem to have any leaks. There does seem to be a little bit of splashing though. The floor is a little bit wet, and I did wipe it off when I was done filling this thing up. But it's designed for outside, so you know, that really doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean, I think this thing looks pretty cool. It actually looks pretty realistic, even from up close. I'm sure if someone didn't know, they might actually think it was stone. Nice solid construction. The back is textured. That's definitely a bonus. And overall, just a nice, peaceful sounding and really cool looking water fountain.